Have you ever imagined waking up to find a wild Pikachu in your backyard? Or watching a massive Charizard soar above your city skyline? It sounds magical, the kind of dream every childhood Pokémon fan wished for. But what if that dream became real? What if Pokémon, creatures with superpowers, extreme intelligence, and untamed instincts, suddenly existed in our world? Today, we'll dive into a terrifying yet fascinating thought experiment. What if Pokémon were real? As fun as it sounds, the truth is far more complex. This isn't just fantasy. It's an ecological, social, and even biological nightmare. From mass extinctions to destroyed cities, the real-world consequences would be devastating. Let's explore how this fantasy could unravel the planet as we know it. Ecological invasion. Our planet's ecosystems are delicately balanced, built over millions of years of evolution. Each species has its role in the food chain. Now, imagine introducing over 900 new apex predators, superpowered insects, fire-breathing dragons, and psychic mammals into these systems. Pokémon like Gyarados, Arcanine, and Tyranitar would instantly become top predators, wiping out native species and destroying food chains. Even non-aggressive Pokémon would outcompete existing wildlife. Flying types like Pidgeot or Noivern could dominate airspace, pushing out birds of prey. Aquatic Pokémon like Milotic or Sharpedo could eliminate entire fish populations. The impact would be similar to invasive species today, like cane toads in Australia, but on a global scale, and with powers no conservation method could stop. Ecosystems would collapse. Habitat destruction. Pokémon don't just fit into nature, they reshape it. Burrowing Pokémon like Dugtrio could destabilize farmlands and roads. Herds of Mamoswine could trample forests. Swarms of Beedrill could make entire regions uninhabitable for humans and animals alike. Even Pokémon that appear helpful could become destructive. A Venusaur releasing spores to accelerate plant growth might cause uncontrolled jungle expansion, choking farmlands or entire suburbs in days. Cities would have to adapt fast. Imagine trying to build infrastructure in a world where Onyx regularly causes earthquakes or where Machamp can tear down walls with its bare fists. Human development would grind to a halt. Power of natural disasters. In the Pokémon world, elemental powers are fun battle mechanics. In our world, they are natural disasters waiting to happen. A single Charizard could start wildfires that burn entire forests or cities. A Garchomp using Earthquake could level buildings. Kyogre summoning heavy rain could flood coastal cities in minutes. And don't forget flying-type storms or electric-type power surges. These powers are effectively weapons of mass destruction. If used in populated areas, Pokémon moves would trigger catastrophic events that governments would struggle to manage. A battle between two powerful Pokémon could be more destructive than a missile strike. This turns casual training into a public safety threat. Economic collapse. With Pokémon, the economy as we know it would crumble. Farming? Devastated. Water types would flood irrigation systems. Bug and grass types would eat or overgrow crops. Herds of Tauros stampeding through farmlands would destroy food production. Transportation? Disrupted. Snorlax blocking a major freeway is funny in a game. In real life, it's a logistical nightmare. Magneton could disrupt electrical grids, causing blackouts. Flying Pokémon nesting on planes or in airports would ground flights worldwide. Even industries like fishing or tourism would collapse under the environmental chaos. Entire sectors would need restructuring. Insurance companies wouldn't cover golem-related building damage or muck-induced pollution. Human society would enter a constant state of emergency. Public safety and legal chaos. With creatures capable of mind control, teleportation, or literal explosions walking among us, the idea of public safety takes on a whole new meaning. Would people need licenses to own Pokémon like Gengar or Hydreigon? Would battles in public places be banned? Would Pokeballs be considered weapons? You'd likely see military regulations around capturing, training, and even transporting certain species. Psychic types might be banned entirely for privacy and national security concerns. And what happens when Pokémon are used for crime? Imagine Team Rocket, but in the real world. They'd be global threats. Governments would need entire Pokémon enforcement agencies just to prevent misuse. Ethical debates over Pokémon rights would explode. Are they animals? Partners? Citizens? The legal system would collapse under the weight of unanswered questions. Disease, mutation and evolution. Let's take it one step further. Introducing Pokémon also means introducing new viruses, bacteria, and genetic material. Pathogens could jump between Pokémon and humans, triggering pandemics we can't predict or stop. Even scarier, Pokémon evolution could introduce new mutations over time, species that adapt faster than we can respond. A rapidly multiplying Ditto population could create identity crises, impersonation crimes, or worse. You could even end up with Pokémon-human hybrids, either by accident or unethical science. Genetic tampering would be inevitable. The consequences? Unthinkable. This isn't just a wildlife issue anymore. It's a biosafety crisis on a global scale. So, what if Pokémon were real? Yes, it would be incredible, at first. But the deeper you look, the more horrifying it becomes. Real ecosystems would collapse. Cities would be unlivable. Governments would lose control. Entire species, including humans, could face extinction. In games, Pokémon are companions. In reality, they are a force of nature. So maybe it's better this remains a fantasy, safely contained in video games, anime, and our imaginations. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this thought experiment, give the video a like, subscribe for more content like this, and comment below. Which Pokémon would be the most dangerous in real life? Stay curious and stay safe.